Let's go. Bang. Connectors, what's up? DK here. Hope you're having a good day. Hey, it's the 20th of June, and if you don't know, it's National Ice Cream Soda Day and National Vanilla Shake Day. So go get some of those. Connectors, I had a funny conversation the other day with a client friend of mine, and we were talking about vision. And this is, in the nonprofit sector, social enterprise, business in general, vision is used. It's just used all the time. But it's funny because I don't really know if we use it the way that I think we want it to be used. I think too often we're talking about vision, but we're not really believing in making a vision. This is what I mean. We spend countless hours on wordsmithing, crafting our vision. And I think we spend less time believing in the vision, what we're actually trying to attain with building a vision. So I get a little basic on this, but after all these years working in the nonprofit sector and working with hundreds of corporations, hundreds of nonprofiteers, working with so many different organizations and so many different associations over so many different things, sometimes I think we get paralysis by analysis and we get a little too heavy duty and stuff like this. So allow me a second just to give you a basic sense of what I think vision is all about. There's the pragmatic business person of me who says, your vision should be to not be needed, especially in the nonprofit sector, You should want to cure whatever it is that you're fighting. If you're a homeless shelter, your vision is a day you wake up, turn on the lights of your shelter, and nobody's in there. It means nobody needs the services, and that would be a good thing. At a food bank, you open it up for people to get in line to get their bag of food and donations, and nobody gets in line. Not needed. That's visionary. Just to make it very simple, the vision of the organization should be to achieve, to finish the goal, to solve the problem, to get it done, to complete the mission. But that's not really what we do when we vision. We've all been in these meetings where we'll go 12 rounds fighting over what word we're going to use, especially the verb. That's important to impact, to inspire, to move, to whatever. It takes forever. Here's the one thing I think about visioning that's so important. It's kind of got to be a little unattainable. It's got to be out of reach. And I think that's deliberate in a necessity. Why? Look, if your vision is in your grasp, if you could really just reach out and get that vision done, I don't think you're looking too far. I think you're not looking far enough to encourage folks to push hard, to really stretch, to make things happen that way. So I think firstly, a vision needs to be something that's way out there. You can see it, vision, that's why it's called vision. You can see it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you know exactly the track you need to go, nor can you really gauge the scale of the distance that it's going to take from here to there to get that vision complete. I think the other thing about vision is it's got to make people go, ooh, can we do that? Have you been in these meetings before? Somebody gives out this grand idea of the vision, and they put it out there, and you go, yeah, we can do that. We'll set up a team. We'll just make it happen. If it's so nonchalant in your feeling, not from confidence, just from the actual, the mechanics of our organization, we'll do that. We can do that. Then I don't think it's being stretched far enough. I think a vision needs to be something that feels unattainable, but inspires movement. But I think the most important thing about visioning, it's the vision statement and the mission statement. I feel the same way about both. Don't get hung up on them. Don't get hung up on them, because too often we're actually spending so much time wordsmithing and getting ourselves into the best context of what those things are that we wordsmith ourselves out of the opportunity for using it. You ever been at a board retreat where 12 to 15 people fight over the words to a vision and a mission statement? And then they get it together and they use phrases like elevator speech. And they encourage folks that now this is the direction we're taking the organization using these specific words. And then they're never said in that way ever again. Because a lot of times when we're doing these vision statements and these mission statements, we don't use the language that we use. We use the language that we think inspires good thought, or would it be impressive on our webpage, or be impressive in some of our materials. It should be in your voice. Why are we doing this if we're not to speak of these words? If you've ever been to any of my sessions, seminars, some trainings, workshops, things like that, I talk of the 2 V's that are super important: value and voice. And the voice part is what this means. Are you talking in the language that you talk in, that you're comfortable talking in, that you want to speak your voice that matches the voice and values of the organization that you represent? If it doesn't, you're not going to use it. And you're going to go what would be considered off script. The irony of that, of course, is that your off script talk is probably the most genuine. It's the most authentic, and you probably should be using that. But since you spent all this time and energy getting this thing together, you almost feel like it's a failure. Like, oh, I didn't do the elevator speech. Oh, I didn't say those 27 words. I didn't use that action verb that we spent an hour and a half to try to figure out. A vision is something you can see, difficult to attain, but strive for the movement. I think that is what you're looking for. By the way, this also helps you with not only your planning, your marketing, your programs, but it happens to work with your hiring too. If we try to establish a great culture within our organization, the vision of what we're trying to achieve, the unachievable, achieving that unachievable, is what's going to rally people to say, I want to be a part of that. I want to be in that circle with that tribe, because I can vibe on the tribe. I can vibe on that idea of where we're going from a visionary standpoint. I know it's difficult and maybe is unachievable, but the movement toward that vision is what I'm excited about. It's going to get you the right people. So take a look at your vision statement. Take a look at your vision and mission statement, but definitely take a look at your vision statement. Is it far-reaching? Is it something that is looking ahead, looking out far enough? Is it something that feels almost like it's unachievable, but is impassioned and emboldening people to say, I want to move toward it? Because I think that's the vision statements that we're all looking for. I think that's what makes us move. I think that's what makes our sector powerful. And that's what I think makes being a non-profiteer a non-profiteer. The difference between being a for-profit and non-profit company isn't just the taxes, isn't just what is tax deductible and what isn't. It's making a vision manifest. It's actually creating something that moves the needle toward your vision. So guys, I'm going to end it there. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. My name is DK, and I'm with the Connect the Dots movement. If you're interested in more of these, please like and share these videos. We are on Facebook right here at facebook.com/Connect the Dots movement. We're also on Twitter. You can follow us there, and it's @WeConnectTheDots. If you got a question for me, or if you'd like to maybe arrange some times to talk about your organization and how perhaps we can collaborate between us, you can check me out here on my email, doug@connectthedotsmovement.org. Pinky swear, I will get back to you in 24 hours. Guys, thanks so much again. I do appreciate your time. My name is DK. I'm with Connect the Dots Movement, and you have just been connected. See you around.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
You glad? Woo! Nonprofit power.